Today, Michelle is in Preston. What are you up to there, Michelle?
Rav, I'm with Lancashire Police this morning, and this is the base for many of the force's specialist units, like this team of drone pilots, keeping an eye on things from the sky. But it's also home to a brand new, dedicated forensics academy, the first in the UK to be based inside a working police HQ. I'm going to be finding out how they use science to solve crimes. Join me later.
Thanks, Michelle.
But first, I'm joined by Nick Smith. Now, Nick, you're the manager here at the new academy at Lancashire Police's HQ. Tell me a bit about it.
So the Lancashire Forensic Science Academy is a collaboration between the University of Central Lancashire, Lancashire Constabulary and the Lancashire Police and Crime Commissioner. It's been set up with 3 main aims in mind. The first of those is student enrichment for the students coming out of the University of Central Lancashire. So we're trying to give them an experience that will narrow the gap between coming out of higher education and being employable. The second thing we're trying to achieve is industry-focused research. And the third is to provide professional training courses to the industry, so to police forces and forensic practitioners, to provide the investigators and forensic scientists of the future. And
talking about training, you've got an exercise going on this morning, so what's happening with the students here?
So what we've got here is a mocked-up crime scene. We've got an abandoned vehicle. We have one of our dedicated crime scene investigation team assessing one of the students from the University of Central Lancashire. So what the student will have done is to devise an examination strategy initially. They're now putting that strategy and those protocols into place, looking for items of potential evidential significance.
And talking about them, we can see, some smashed glass in the car, the weapon in the back with blood on it. Exactly what will they be doing when you say, examining those pieces of evidence?
So yes, obviously we've got the balaclava, the baseball bat handle, a machete. Those are large items. The purpose of the examination is to identify what might be significant, to record that evidence, to recover and package that evidence so it can then be examined further down the line in the laboratory.
And there will be some evidence here that's not as visible, won't there?
Yeah, there'll be trace evidence that, as you say, isn't clearly visible, so that would be small particles of glass, things like hairs, fibres, potentially residues of the discharge of a firearm. That all needs to be taken into consideration and recovered in the appropriate manner and time frame.
Brilliant, fantastic stuff. And we're actually going to be going inside the laboratories later, aren't we, to see what happens with this gathered evidence and exactly how it's examined. So make sure you join me then. Rav, back to you.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Thanks, Michelle.
I'm in Lancashire at a brand new state-of-the-art forensics academy. It's part of the University of Central Lancashire and it's the first CSI training centre in the UK to be based inside a working police HQ. I get to have a bit of a look around this morning, and earlier in the programme we saw how students are learning to gather evidence at crime scenes, but it's inside the laboratories where that evidence gets examined and the real business of catching the criminals gets underway. Nick Smith joins me again. What have you got in here, Nick?
So what we've got here is part of our suite of examination laboratories. Next door we've got a footwear laboratory, and in here is our fingerprint laboratory, where we can enhance fingerprints, allow the students from the University of Central Lancashire the ability to look at those fingerprints and compare them.
And this is a real working forensics department, isn't it?
It certainly is. The actual casework is done elsewhere within the building, so we don't do any live casework here. It's an opportunity for the students to come up and experience real-time crime scene examination and forensic examinations.
Fantastic, thanks very much, Nick. A really impressive facility. In here, as Nick said, we've got the footwear lab. I'm joined by Adam Baines. Adam, you're a forensic footwear expert. What is this?
This is a piece of research that we were doing in relation to the validation of existing techniques. This is chemical enhancement of footwear marks in blood. So previous research said that we could only get workable footwear marks in blood up to 8 steps away from the original source. Our research has proved that we can go beyond that, and the research says that we can now get workable footwear marks up to and maybe beyond 15 steps away from the original source.
That is amazing. So what do you use this solution for then?
So what we've got here is a sequence of footwear marks in blood. This is the first step after initial contact with the original source of blood, and then sequential steps working away.
So it kind of gets fainter as you go along, doesn't it?
As you can see, these are almost invisible.
Yeah.
So this is leucocrystal violet, which reacts with the haemoglobin in blood and converts it from the almost colourless solution into a violet crystal.
OK, let's see it. Oh, wow, so it really comes up very clear, doesn't
Instant,
it?
yes. So this is presumptive as well to say that we have actually got blood here as well.
Yeah. What fantastic research. Adam, it's great to see. Incredible work. Thanks very much. Ralph, back to you.